And so that is going to get mounted to the floor. And that means you're going to have to cut a channel in the bottom of the door.
Cutting this type of groove on the bottom of a door is very common for barn doors and pocket doors, so it's important to know how to do this.
And every router I've ever purchased comes with some sort of fence like this. Now, when you're cutting a bottom channel, put the fence on your router. Do not try to do this freehand. It's not going to work. So I've got my channel marked. I need to go as deep as this line. When you're starting this, you have to come in from the outside. If I started at the other end, I don't want to run my router down here and then push it out the end, because I could blow out this wood. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to go down to the end, but I'm going to stop just before I get to the end. And when I get to the other end, I'm going to put the router outside and come in from the outside. And you have to make sure these are very tight, because you don't want this thing slipping around. That can screw things up, and you have to hold it very steady and firm. And I'm only cutting a 1/4 inch deep. You don't want to try to cut this whole thing. It'll burn up your bit and you could blow out the wood very easily. So go a little bit at a time, 1/4 inch maximum. Yeah, we've done one good pass. I'm going to clean this out. And we'll take the bit down another 1/4 inch and do another pass. Another thing to think about is how you're holding the router. You don't want to be tilting it down or up. You've got to keep firm pressure in, and you've also got to keep this thing perpendicular to the door. So I keep pressure down on the fence here as I'm pushing it in here. And you want to move very slowly. Don't try to do this too fast. And see, we have plenty of room. This thing can move freely without touching anything, so we know we're deep enough. And one last thing I'll do is just hit these edges with a little sandpaper, just to get off any burrs and rough spots. So I hope you can see it's really not that hard, as long as you have the right tools and you do this properly. You see, this bit is a bit bigger than this. This is a 3/8 bit. You could go with a 1/4 inch bit, but I find that cuts it a little too close. Sometimes these things, if you go with a 1/4 inch, this can rub, it can bump, and it's problematic. So go bigger than you think you need. And when you're doing something like this, it's important to stabilize the door. You see, I have the door clamped to this wood. Sometimes I do this on a table. I clamp it to the table. This has to be steady. When it's done, look how nice and clean and straight that is. You can see right through there.